Sorry about that, guys. Our connection cut out because my Wi-Fi signal is horrific. Thanks a lot, MTN. Anybody who belongs to the service provider, when your contract is over, finish. Do not renew. Cancel it. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so just to carry on, we're just going to carry on. Part 2 of episode 5. Yeah, it doesn't have to be your church. It can be a charity. It can be somebody, like supporting somebody that needs help. 10% of whatever you earn going into that. You will never be without, guys. You will never be destitute. I promise you. Please tithe to anything, just to any cause that touches your heart. Give that 10% away. So that's tip number 1. When you get your salary, you have to divide it. These are the 4 main things I divided it into, but everybody's life is different, so your allocations will be different. Where you put your money and how you budget and things will depend on the life that you live and the lifestyle that you have. So these are just my 4 main ones. The top one is tithe. That is my first payment that I make. It even comes before I pay myself. Okay, actually, this is the sucky one, guys. The tax man. The tax man is first. I'm sorry. The tax man is definitely first. So when you pay your salary to anything, whatever your earnings are, depending on the country that you live in, the tax man takes his percentage. Guys, I hate the tax man. Oh my word, the tax man is the worst thing in the world. Why do we have tax? But anyway, it's been in existence forever, so we just do it. In countries where you pay tax and you actually get stuff for your tax money, congratulations. If your healthcare and your schooling is free, you are blessed, guys. You are blessed. I wouldn't mind paying 60% tax if, like Finland and Switzerland, school could be free for my kids and like healthcare was taken care of. But anyway, so you pay the tax man. Then you tithe. Then you pay yourself. So tithing even comes for me before paying myself. And it sounds weird because I'm already getting a salary, but paying myself means that I put that money away for me. It is just for me. It is for an end of the year trip, or it is for, I take birthday trips, which is a new thing in my life. I didn't always, but that money is for me. It's for my birthday trip. It's to celebrate something like, a big event or a small event if I feel like it, but it gets put away for the whole year. And at the end of the year, or because my birthday is in February, oh my gosh, my birthday is in 2 weeks. Because my birthday is in the beginning of the year, then I save it till that time of the following year. Okay, so that is the third thing. So you pay the tax man, then you tithe to whatever cause touches your heart, and then you pay yourself. This one is vital. So people don't think that they need to pay themselves anything, but you need to give yourself a cut of your salary. Working for the man is paying you, but now you need to make provisions for things that matter to you. Maybe it's something you want to check off your bucket list. Maybe it's something that you've thought about doing forever, but just never had the finances. This one takes care of that. Because that money you spend, you don't notice where it goes. So pay yourself and you put it into a separate account. Luckily for me, I have a bank account that can be divided into multiple accounts. If you don't belong, I'm going to promote here. If you belong to Capitec, you know what I'm talking about. But Capitec Bank is one of the banks I've found that serves all my needs. They've got low charges. They've got multiple accounts that I can have access to. And if I don't want to, I can bar access to that. This is South African specifically. If you're international and your bank works a different way, please find the service provider and the plan that works for you. Okay, you also want to gain interest on your savings. So find the account that gives you the most interest. And make sure it's compounded. Instead of simple interest, make sure it's compound interest, because then your savings will be a lot higher. Okay, and after paying myself, then I budget my money to the rest of my life. Okay, so this is 10%. This is tax. Tax, depending on what you earn, is from 25 to 40% in South Africa. I don't know how it works everywhere else in the world, but in South Africa specifically, you will pay between 25% and 40% tax on your salary. So that's first. Second is a 10% tithe. So 10% of your earnings, not what's left. Okay, so it's 10% of your total earnings after the tax man, actually. Then this is also 10% on that amount. Don't deduct and then put 10% and then deduct and put 10%. Like, don't deduct. You take it from the total amount after the tax man. So that's 10%, and this is 10% to pay yourself as well. And then the rest of your money you can divide into your life. In my life specifically, it goes towards things like groceries, toiletries, rent if you're paying it. I'm not paying rent right now, which is great, but in a couple of months I will be, so that's going to have to be part of my budget. What other things? I personally put a budget towards self-care. A lot of people don't, but I do. And self-care consists of a massage once a month. Guys, you need massages. Whoever has told you, unless you hate being touched. But if you like being touched and you want to go for that, then please have a massage every month. It's going to change your life. Things like coffee dates with friends, entertainment. We're not going out very much now, but I used to budget towards going to the movies or taking myself out to dinner or going out with friends. Also, your bad habits. If you have habits, well, not necessarily bad habits, but if you have habits, you need to budget for that as well. Because it's a 30 Rand here, 50 Rand here, 150 Rand there, and before you know it, you've spent 5 grand, which is not healthy and not helpful to your pocket at the end of the month. And then I have what I call a cushion. So it's that last 3 days before payday. We all know those 3 days where you are eating dry salty cracks and black tea for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or 2-minute noodles. It's the student budget, okay? Those last 3 days, I have a cushion. So I have a cushion budget for that time period. And it just gets you over the hurdle. It just it makes you realize that you're not going to die. It's a safety net, I suppose. Yeah, making a little net for you to just have that cushion. You know, they call it end of the month salty cracks because it's those biscuits that you eat or those crackers that you buy that are cheap that you can have with literally anything. End of the month salty cracks, make sure that you've got that little cushion budget spare. And it's not a lot. It's maybe 2 or 3% of your total salary. And yeah, that's how I've budgeted my life so far. If you've got a better option, please post it down below in the comments or send me a message with a template, because I'm working on my budgeting skills every day because it's a learning process and my life changes regularly. So I have to add things or some things I subtract. But if I can, you see, we're starting at the end of January. We're starting to lose the capability to speak. The ability to speak. The English, guys, is broken. If you have a template, please send it to me. It's a growth journey. It's a learning journey. Life is changing all the time, and I'm adding things and subtracting things from my budget all the time. But if I can encourage you this week to start, especially if you're young. Guys, if I knew then what I know now, I would have changed my spending habits drastically. If you're straight out of high school, whether you're taking a gap year, if you're still a teenager and you get an allowance, budget that allowance. It just trains you to think about money differently. And if you don't have to budget, then big ups to you. Your life is great and very privileged. But for those of us who live in the real world, budgeting is a thing. So I'll encourage you this week, guys, to start budgeting. Get your paperwork in order in your life. Get an Excel spreadsheet going, or if there's a better way to do that, an app maybe. If you have a budgeting app, get that on your phone and put your finances on paper. It really makes a difference. And I hope that it helps you in this week and in your life in the future. Yeah, and I will also encourage you to tithe. So if you haven't done it before, it seems like it's a big chunk of your salary going towards something, but pick a cause that you care about. Like, it won't hurt you. You'll feel great about doing it, okay? And good luck. Best of luck with your budgeting. From my heart to yours, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry about the little glitch that happened earlier. I hope that these videos in 2 parts are viewable, which is, you know, holding my crosses, crossing my fingers. That's what it's called. Fingers crossed that it works. From my heart to yours, guys, have a great week. Happy budgeting. I'll see you next time. Ciao.